How to be a good wife to an angry husband. Hi ladies. I've never posted to Reddit before, but I'd really like some advice on the best ways to de-escalate an angry husband. We are Christians, and I am about as close to the empowered and surrendered reference to the book's wife. Obviously, I make mistakes, but I deal with his rages, even when I haven't made a mistake. Take for example, today's alcohol-induced rage came from his insecurities around things my family have said in the past. My family didn't say anything triggering today, but it was all developed because my female-dominated family is less on the corporal punishment side of things. He didn't grow up with a loving mother and did grow up in an abusive environment because of his dad. It is so painful to watch him turn into everything he said he hated with his dad. He reverts right back to screaming and swearing, and I'm finding it so hard to de-escalate. I want to be submissive, but it gets so personal and hateful without any triggers. It helps when I remind him that masculinity isn't about how angry you can get, but about Jesus and his teachings. That helps, but does anyone else have any tips? Saying ouch does not help, as my husband will literally rip my personality and whole being into shreds, and ouch just doesn't cut it. There's so many other things I want to add and ask how to get him to just be kind to me, but I can't write it all out. Obviously this isn't 24/7, but he does have diagnosed bipolar, which rears its head on these occasions. I'm currently having space to myself in the lounge, but there's a heaviness over this year's Christmas now. Also, second question. Does anyone have a husband that doesn't go into rages? Is that a thing, or am desperately desiring something that doesn't exist? Comments. Girlfriend, it's not your responsibility to keep him from abusing you. You shouldn't even tolerate this. This is an alcoholic and/or personal problem. Not every man is like this. You should see a therapist. You are not in a submissive relationship. You are in an abusive relationship. Is this truly the man you want to be the head of your household? You yourself identified it as an alcohol-induced rage. People who do not have issues with alcohol do not go into alcohol-induced rages. Those that do have a problem and should not drink. If he's not willing to quit drinking, get help for his drinking. Or you don't even feel like you can talk to him about his drinking without jeopardizing your well-being to any capacity, and I think that shows you that the relationship is not first in his eyes. Alcohol is. It takes a lot for my other half to go into a rage. He doesn't rage over every little thing. I wouldn't be able to tolerate that as patiently as you have. I'm not one for ultimatums, but I've worked too hard and come too far to put up with walking on eggshells around a rageaholic. I'd tell him he needs counseling, or you'll be left with no other option but to consult a lawyer.